You dressed for them. You spoke for them. You achieved for them. And after years of doing this, you began to call it living. Most people never notice when this shift happens. It doesn't arrive as a dramatic moment. No alarm goes off. Instead, an invisible audience slowly appears in the mind. And from that moment on, every decision becomes a quiet performance. Not completely fake, but subtly adjusted. Opinions become softer. Dreams become more respectable. Choices become explainable. We learn how to exist in ways that will be accepted, and society rewards us for it. Approval arrives in small signals: a nod, a compliment, a message, a like. Tiny affirmations that say, yes, this version of you is acceptable, and the brain learns quickly. The strange thing about validation is that it feels deeply meaningful, but biologically, it is remarkably simple. Every time approval appears, the brain releases dopamine. Dopamine is not happiness. It is motivation. It tells the brain, repeat this behavior. Every like reinforces the signal. Every compliment strengthens the pattern. Every moment of approval quietly teaches the nervous system something powerful. External validation equals safety. And once the brain learns that equation, it becomes difficult to escape. Because the brain is not interested in authenticity. It is interested in survival. For most of human history, rejection from the tribe meant danger. Isolation could mean death. So the mind developed a simple strategy. Be liked, be accepted. Do not risk exclusion. The problem is that the modern world still rewards this ancient instinct, but it rewards it at an unnatural scale. The psychologist Carl Jung described a psychological mask called the persona. The persona is the version of ourselves we present to the world. It is not entirely fake. In fact, it is necessary. Without it, society would be impossible. We could not cooperate, work together, or live among strangers. But Jung warned about something subtle. When the persona becomes too successful, we begin to identify with it. We start believing the mask is who we are. And the more validation the persona receives, the stronger this illusion becomes. People praise the version of you that is polite, agreeable, productive, impressive. So naturally, that version grows stronger. But something else quietly disappears. Everything that does not fit the persona. The strange ideas, the uncomfortable emotions, the inconvenient truths, anything that might threaten approval. Here lies the hidden cost of endless validation. To be validated by everyone, you must offend no one. And to offend no one, you must remove every sharp edge from your personality, every unpopular thought, every strange curiosity, every part of you that does not easily fit into expectations. Eventually, something unusual happens. You become socially successful, but psychologically empty. People admire you, but they admire the performance. And praise directed at the mask never reaches the soul wearing it, which explains a modern paradox. Many people feel most invisible when they are most admired, because deep down they know the validation is not meant for them. It is meant for the character they created. According to Jung, the parts of ourselves that are rejected do not disappear. They move into the unconscious. He called this the shadow. The shadow contains everything we were taught not to be: anger, fear, ambition, creativity, doubt, defiance, all the human impulses that did not receive approval. When we chase validation too aggressively, the shadow grows larger, because more and more of ourselves must be hidden. And the psyche does not like fragmentation. The parts of you that remain unseen begin to demand attention. Sometimes this appears as anxiety, sometimes as a quiet sense of meaninglessness, sometimes as the strange feeling that you are living someone else's life. Eventually, if a person becomes quiet enough, a disturbing question appears. Whose life is this? Is it the life you chose? Or the life that received the most approval? Many people never ask this question, because asking it can destabilize everything: the career, the identity, the image that took years to build. But the question waits patiently, and when it finally arrives, it usually takes a simpler form. A single thought experiment. Remove the audience. Imagine a life where no one is watching. No reputation, no expectations, no approval to gain, just you. Now ask yourself something very simple. What would you do? If no one was watching, what would you create? What would you say? Who would you allow yourself to become? The answer to that question is often uncomfortable, but it reveals something important. It reveals the version of you that existed before the performance began, and rediscovering that person may be the most difficult task in a human life, because it requires something modern culture rarely encourages: the courage to exist without applause.